Warning, the following stunts are done by trained professionals. Actually, we're not trained. Robbie is just a dumbass and decided to do a drunken fantasy football podcast. The thoughts, opinions, and takes are ours and ours only. It is not our fault if you lose in fantasy football or sports gambling. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the one and only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Happy NFL Divisional Round weekend. Happy College Football National Championship weekend. It is going down. But before we get into tonight's show, I want to shout out our sponsors over at GLD. Shop GLD. Get like me. You can rock your favorite team around your neck. Right now, we're in football season. I got my Commanders chain on. Dodgers did make a very big signing today. You know, I may have to swap out to the LA chain later on. Ayo, hold up. Enough of that. Take them to the yacht. Show them what we got. Link is down below in the description.
Hop out in Miami with no land, I got no understanding. How the hell I'm burning or turn me up, you can't understand it. In the club, posted up, they lit up, no matter where I'm standing. Drop GLD for the Cuban link, yeah, you see it there. Might spaz out on some taller shit, no on zero tolerance. Money conversations ain't hard to relate, it's hollering. See my net, they acknowledge it, good bring away your knowledge.
And ladies and gentlemen, joining me here on the set in Rumboyz Studios, give it up for Drop the Mic.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. What it do? Let's go.
Hey, let's go. Let's get it. Mike, you know something that I realized? This is the first time, well, technically last week's Friday night broadcast, but mainly this one.
Yes,
this one is especially a story.
I know where you're going.
Last Friday was the second time in Rumboyz YouTube history that both of our teams were in the playoffs. The last time that you guys saw both of our faces on screen and both of our teams were in the playoffs was 2020, in which, of course, your Kansas City Chiefs went on to, go win the whole shebang. My Washington Commanders you guys lost to Tom Brady's Buccaneers that year. I apologize. I stand corrected. And, of course, my Washington Commanders had gotten bounced in the wild card round by Tom Brady's Buccaneers. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was the Taylor Heineke year.
Are you happy that we got the revenge for you and for us? Yeah, revenge is a dish best served cold, just like our drinks. Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls want to do. Shout out to the NFL for the cup.
Shout out to me to making this son of a bitch.
What are you sipping on?
3.5 ounces of iced tea and 2 ounces of Larceny bourbon.
Nice. Larceny's very good. Shout out to Larceny. I got some. I'm going simple tonight. I got a Captain and Coke. Last night though, I was on the Captain and Sweet Tea. So
this is Milo's sweet tea.
Milo's is the shit. Milo's is so fire. I got the homemade. I got the homemade junk. I be getting it.
Hey, I know I can say this on this channel. You want to know why you have the homemade and I have the Milo's?
Because I'm black.
Because I'm pasty white.
Or because you're white. Because I'm black. Exactly. I love it. Hey, Ebony and Ivory. Pussy clots. What's going on, Lise? What's going on? Daniel. What's good? Daniel Berry Sports Highlights up in the chat. Yeah. What up, Matt? Fearing no man means standing firm in the truth regardless of the opposition. I love that quote. Who's that? That sounds like some shit that Chung Shu would say.
I don't care, but all I know is, Matt, you sucked this weekend.
Hey, Brad, what's good? Less than 24 hours. Hey, less than 24 hours, Brad, If you guys have not seen already, the live stream for tomorrow night's game is set up. And we will be on the NFL Plus feed for that game tomorrow. So just so that everyone is aware, shame on Robbie for not putting my squad on the cover. I don't make the cover art. He does. I don't have to say so in that part. Like that's this motherfucker. Like you gotta talk to him. He's like, you suck, Mike. I'm dead. Let's go ahead. Let's get into tonight's show sheet one more time before we start. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the rum boys and girls. What it do? Dilly dilly. Everyone at home, drinks up. All righty. So before diving into the NFL, all right, I kind of just want to get this one out the way. Let's get into the kickoff. Let's kick off this massive football weekend with the national championship. Okay, number 8, the Ohio State Buckeyes take on the Fighting Irish Notre Dame, or Notre Dame, as Leafs likes for me to put it. A few distractions leading up to this. I mean, Marcus Freeman is getting calls to, interview for the, jobs in the NFL. Ryan Day, he's got a chip on his shoulder because every Michigan fan in the history of being a Michigan fan is chirping away at him. His job definitely hangs in the balance if he does not win this. If he does not win this and you lose to Michigan, I don't know if you come back as coach next year. Who wins this game and why? Let's hype this game up, Mike. Get into it. Also, what a great interview during this week. What a great presser by Sawyer. Great presser by Sawyer earlier this week. Mike, take it away.
This is simple to me. This game is going to be a good game. Seeding aside, this is two good teams. Seeing Ohio State in person, you got the man-child freshman Jeremiah Smith, you got Sawyer, you got Caleb Downs.
Don't forget Ibuka.
Out of nowhere, Travion Henderson decided to come back to what he was his freshman and sophomore year and kick some arse. Will Howard is showing up. Ryan Day is still pissed off at the fake Lou Holtz. Then you go to Notre Dame and you got Notre Dame, whatever you want. And then
the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Every time I see Notre Dame, like my mind goes to two things when I think Notre Dame. Okay, obviously Hunchback of Notre Dame. Number 2, Catholics and convicts.
Oh, it's Rudy.
Rudy. Okay, and Rudy. Yeah, and Rudy. Did you know that whole movie is a farce?
Yeah,
it's a fucking farce, Mike. Rudy's not real.
Hey, I don't care. That was my division for Scott Fishbowl.
Bro. All right, really quick backstory on Rudy. Let's remember that Joe Montana was on that same team.
He was the backup quarterback.
Apparently, everyone hated Rudy.
Yeah,
like the real life Rudy, like everyone hated him. The only reason why a movie was made about him because he had a friend that had connections in Hollywood, and he was like, "We should make a movie about my life." You know the part where they're hoisting Rudy up at the end? Yeah, they were doing that because they were it was like to make fun of him. It was like, oh my gosh, like you finally fucking did something to contribute to the team. Like it wasn't because like the way they made it seem.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, they were doing it like out of like it was a joke. It was a joke. Like Rudy getting lifted up in real life was a joke. So yeah, a little backstory. But yeah, continue your take. Sorry. Yes, grumpy face Ryan Day versus light skin Marcus Freeman.
Okay. I know you brought
peanut butter almond. Oh my gosh, that was racist.
I know you brought up one of the storylines, one of the narratives of the whole thing that I want to poo-poo on real quick. I personally don't care in this scenario of them trying to win about Marcus Freeman being looked at for head coaching jobs.
I think that it's cute. I think that the proper way to describe Marcus Freeman getting NFL looks is cute.
I think he has a chance to get a job, but I'm saying that shouldn't matter. I'm saying it shouldn't matter for the W or the L.
He said, "Race, I got that from Dr. Umar Johnson." That's a quote that I know. But Dr.
Don't forget where Marcus Freeman went to college. We can't forget that. He was a freaking Buckeye. So this is a revenge.
And he was a linebacker, a fucking nasty linebacker. Nasty when he was a Buckeye.
I'm just saying, he's going to have venom in his blood to try to win. In saying so, it is going to be a trenches game. It is going to be the front seven of the defense against the front five. I am sorry. Jack Sawyer is going to pull a play. Jeremiah Smith's going to show up. I'm taking Ohio State. I called it as soon as Ohio State beat Oregon. I said Ohio State, no matter what's going to win the national championship, and I'm not backing down.
Duh.
God damn it!
No hype, Matt. Happy 28-month anniversary as a premium member, Dilly. Let's go. Much appreciation, Matt. Happy 28 months, bro.
Yeah. So I'm taking them to win the national championship. Period.
So before the line opened at 9.5, it is now brought down to 8.5. Okay. To me, that's a pretty fucking big deal, to be honest.
Yep.
Ohio State is favored on the money line at 380. You got the Dogs at 290 for the Fighting Irish. Over unders at 45.5. How would you bet this?
I would probably at this point take no. At 8.5.
It's at 8.5. So okay. Do you think Notre Dame covers?
I thought they covered at 9.5 or 10.
Okay. So
I'm starting to worry at 8.5.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think that Notre Dame covers. I do think that this is a 2-score game. I do see this as I could see this very, very quickly in the second half. Ohio State turning on the Jets and then just running the fuck away with it. I could see us probably by halftime sitting somewhere 17-13, Ohio State up. And then I could see us probably ending somewhere in the neighborhood of 35-23. I could even see Ohio State going as far as putting up 44 by themselves. I'm not afraid of Notre Dame if I'm Ohio State. If I'm Ohio State, I feel like I can run away with this. But I mean, if you're Notre Dame, you're playing with house money. I mean, what the fuck do you have to lose late all on the field? But to me, from what I've seen on film, Will Howard, he can make all the throws. I mean, and that's a big fucking deal. When you got a guy like that under center, you know, that can run the offense the way that Will Howard is capable of doing. I mean, then you got the other guy on the other side in Leonard, who may be prone to an interception here or there. Lock in Leonard throwing an interception. Message. Yes, I did just reference Don't Be a Menace while I was drinking juice in the hood of South Central LA. Shout out to Wayne's Bros. But I do think that Leonard turns the ball over maybe once or twice. Once for sure. And I think that is a difference maker. I do have that Ohio State defense putting points on the board. Notre Dame is going to have to win the little things like special teams in order for them to be able to come away with this. And I don't see that happening. Give me Ohio State double digits. Yeah, I'm predicting belt to ass. Yeah, Kirk Herbstreit's son does play for OSU.
No, he doesn't play for him. He's on the roster.
He's on. Yeah, he's on the roster. Highest graded run defender in college football this season. Lathan Ransom, Ohio State, 93.5. Impressive. Speaking of impressive, I also want to give a shout out to you, Mike. You and I. I do want to give a shout out. Shout out to both of us getting a very major validating follow.
Yes.
This week, both of us getting the John Gruden follow. Mr. Gruden, Coach Gruden, if you are, he took a big sip. He was like, yo, hey, Coach Gruden, if you're out there, we already kind of began talking in the DMs. I'm excited for possibly hopping in the film room and seeing what can happen. So
Spider 2, white banana, Spider, white 2 banana.
I'm dead. I am dead. So yeah, definitely looking forward to it. Yeah, most passionate guy in the game, and I feel like he's seen our passion. So I mean that kind of couples in, with getting the follows. So I mean, big ups to Coach.
Down, set. I left Oakland because they suck. Tampa Bay Super Bowl, go.
Why did he set? All right, let's stop with our snap counts. Let's stop with our snap counts and calling plays. You ready to talk about some NFL? Also really quick to cap off my college football take. Over on the points.
Oh, over.
Yeah, over. Yeah. Tonight's going to be a very big statistical analysis, a very big prediction show. So get ready. Look, Leafs, I might be clip farming tonight. What
aren't you?
Bro, we're about to lay down some predictions because we're about to dive into the NFL, our favorite topic. Again, happy big football weekend, ladies and gentlemen. You guys definitely deserve this one, especially for rocking and locking in all season long. Divisional round of the NFL playoffs starts tomorrow with the Houston Texans taking on the Kansas City Chiefs, your Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs practically have had 2 weeks of rest leading up to this affair. Let's face it, 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Well, I was saying because you guys
Mahomes won't start. Mahomes will have 23 days between starts.
Okay, so Mahomes being off for 23 days. Clip farming when TikTok is banned. I know. But we still got to make sure we get reels. But you rested pretty much, Mahomes 23 days.
Yep.
Rest of the roster, they pretty much, for the most part, the vets got sat week 18. A lot of the key players got sat week 18. And then also you couple that in with the round one bye. Mm-hmm. What are our thoughts here? I mean, during that time frame, the Texans put the horns straight up the Los Angeles Chargers' ass. This is probably the most healthy that the Texans have been all season long. Let's lock in. I want some best bets. I want some game winners. Let's get a score prediction. We're doing score predictions tonight for all of these.
God. All right, so let's address a couple things because you know me, I'm going to go off a little bit of the rails.
Look, I'm going to let you talk. I'm going to turn on this light right here.
So if you do want some clip farming, Leafs, get ready.
I'm listening.
Chiefs were freaking complaining that we had to play 3 games in 11 days, and then Andy Reid goes and gives us freaking 24 days off. Then in the press conference this weekend, he gives freaking a retiring beat writer a game ball and then a cheeseburger bar for his retirement. What you should have done is played them for half of the freaking week 18 instead of giving the goddamn Broncos a freaking bye into the freaking playoffs where they get waxed. That's what you should have freaking done. Okay, for this game, the Texans gored the hell out of the Chargers, like you said. We haven't been able to talk about that. We're not really going to talk about that game, but there are some questions about certain players, and in the offseason, I think we need to discuss, can Herbert get over the hump?
Yeah.
You
can feel free to couple that in with this.
Okay. I just feel that in this scenario, is Herbert going to be the modern day Dan Marino?
I could see that. I could very well see that.
Okay, I'll leave it at that for now. Could Herbert end up being
Herbert and Joel Embiid? Holy fuck!
And the problem with Herbert, and part of my issue with Herbert, it's not Herbert's fault in this sense. And I know you'll agree with this, and it's why I compared him to Marino and not certain quarterbacks. Marino came out of the draft, and he was not necessarily the same draft class, but he was in the same era as the Jim Kellys, the Montanas, the Elways, all those crew. Now you're looking at Herbert, and he's in the same era as Mahomes and Lamar. And I'm just saying AFC because those are the ones that he has to compete against. So he has to compete against Burrow and Mahomes and Lamar and Josh Allen. He's got 4 or 5 guys that he's gonna have to compete with, and that's not even including CJ Stroud, who had a disappointing as a fantasy season year 2.
Leaf says, find an X receiver. You only have the white boy in the slot. Josh and QJ are on and off.
No, QJ's not on and off. QJ is off and sometimes mediocre. Let's not even go there.
Mediocre as fuck.
Not even on. So let's get into Saturday at 1 p.m., 1:30 West Coast time. And that is, you got a 41.5 over-under. You have a 8.5 point spread. You have the Chiefs and you have the Texans. And here's the thing. That Texans defense is starting to click. Will Anderson is healthy again. And the one person that does not get enough juice on that defense is not Stingley Jr. It's not Al Shazier. Daniil Hunter is underrated on that defense. He came over from Minnesota, and he's not getting enough love. You have to have Joe Tooney, who's your all-pro guard, go to tackle because we go and freaking Jawan Taylor's out. We get the guy from Arizona. I don't know why I can't think of his goddamn name right now. I am worried about the front 4 of the Houston Texans, and especially Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson. I know we discussed it in the past or whatever, but I think some people pissed off a raging white guy from Cleveland talking about the fact that, we didn't want to play the Bengals and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
People pissed off Travis Kelce, and in the playoffs, yes, he didn't have a great season, but in the playoffs, you cannot forget about Travis Kelce. I know Taco is going to agree with me on this one. Watch out for the Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce connection in this one. This is where Travis Kelce gets back on track. We win the game. It goes over, not by a lot, but we do not cover. It's a 7-point game on the dot.
7 on the dot. The line did open at 7.5, favoring the Chiefs. It is now set at 8.5 with a 41.5 over under. 380 on the line. Dogs, Texans, Chiefs favorite 550. Taco,
I think we before Taco goes, my last comment is, I think out of our 15 wins, we only covered 4. I'm sorry, we're not covering on this one.
Yeah, you guys traditionally, when we talk analytics, when we talk betting analytics, mainly, you guys do not cover, or you guys you guys don't cover very well. So strategically speaking, I do believe, especially with the time off, that trend kind of continues. I like your call on 7 on the dot. Before we hand it to Taco, final score prediction.
27-20.
27-20. Okay. Taco.
Well, I think this is kind of fun for me because when the playoffs start, I have a new favorite team.
What was in the Cheeto can? What was that?
Cheetos.
Is that a fucking what the hell? When did Cheetos come in Pringles cans?
Bro, it's New York, baby. We on the next level. You know what I mean? Got to keep your hands clean.
Whoa!
You waited way too long You waited too long to say no Diddy.
Yo, he held it there for a minute.
Wait a
He
minute.
held it there for a minute.
It's a long day like this.
Taco the Glizzy Guzzler.
Listen,
That's
Mr.
the
Joe
Dickies
Burrow
thing right
lover,
there.
I
Taco-
cannot top you.
Taco goes to the street corner and gets the freaking hot
The
dogs in
bodega?
the cart water by triple. He just
Gosh, all righty.
They call that double fisting where he's from.
Taco, your take, please.
Well, like I was saying, when the playoffs start, I get a new team because my team is always eliminated. So I have to have a rooting interest. And for the last 3 years, bang, bang, bang. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna piss Mike off. I don't see anything stopping it coming again. It's like Donald Trump. I'm coming. Yeah, that's what the Chiefs.
You couldn't use a
right
Dion
now.
reference for that?
No, because I'm seeing all the inauguration stuff. So that's what's on my mind. I'm coming. That's how the championship feels as it's getting ready. And Patrick Mahomes just looking at it because I'm sorry. Like, I understand that the Chiefs didn't have the best season and they lost a lot of close, or not lost, but they were in a lot of close games that for people they perceived it as like losing, or they could have been better, or it's always a negative even when they win. But they didn't have the full offense. The defense played great. The defense played great all year. And what's one thing that we know about the Chiefs? They're great at designing plays. So what does that mean? There's a lot of shit they've been saving, and there's wrinkles that they haven't even shown yet because they know they're going to the playoffs. They know they're going to the Super Bowl. So a lot of these looks that people are seeing, I bet you they're going to be playing off them. I bet you they've been running shit all year just to fuck with you now. So
hamburger.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I am very confident because to me, this offense looks better than it was last year. You have more weapons than you did last year. Now you don't have Rice, who was a phenomenal piece for you coming into the season. But with that being said, getting Hollywood Brown back and having Hopkins and everything like that, I believe that Mahomes is such a savvy player that he will be able to pick up on the openings and deliver like he's done time and time and time again. Now, I do like, from a Houston's perspective, the way that CJ Stroud is demonstrating this elite, I would say, clutch type gene, or this ability to seemingly play very high level in high pressure situations. That's the way it seems like. Whenever I see him in like a big game, I seemingly feel like CJ Stroud delivers. At least that's what I'm seeing. I saw a couple of really big plays from him in the last game, and from what I've seen in the last couple of years, I think that he plays good in the big games. But we'll see.
Just remember, we did play them 3 weeks ago, the game that Tank Dell got hurt, and he did not look good in the second half.
You're talking about a half, and you're talking about a player getting hurt, and
I understand that, but I'm also talking about a big pressure moment.
You're right, but didn't Tank Dell get lost by like halftime, and the second half he played without Dell? So it's a little different in that perspective because now I think there was a shock factor to that because they are boys. So it's hard for me to fully immerse myself in the stats of that second half. But overall, CJ Stroud got a dog in him. And I think that's what gives Houston a puncher's chance in this. I'm going to agree with you, Mike. I like the spread for Houston at 8.5. I do think the Chiefs win. They could win by 7. They could win by 3. 8.5 was a little too juicy for me, particularly knowing they've played a lot of close games, the Chiefs, all season long, pretty much within one touchdown. The total right now is over under 41.5. These are two very defensive teams, but this is the lowest point total of the weekend. So I would take the over in this, because especially if, like what Mike's saying, 27-20 hits, boom, 47, you're over. I don't think that's an unrealistic score for this kind of a game, because that is a pretty defensive game. You are seeing field goals and not touchdowns in that game. So I think realistically, I would take Texans plus 8.5 and the over 41.5.
Okay. Okay. The Chiefs having like we've all mentioned, having troubles covering or allowing teams to cover for better word positioning there definitely does concern me. I think the Texans are a real live dog in this. The Chiefs have had too many close games. Too many fucking close games. A lot of teams in these playoffs, there's a couple of teams in these playoffs that have won by close games. But motherfucker, a win is a win. It ain't about how you do it. It's about the end result. Nobody remembers. Okay, I mean, unless, like the film gurus and stuff, yeah, we can go back, we can recall games, we can recall plays, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Different breed of football fan there. For the most part, the viewing public are not photographic football minds like that. No one's going to fucking remember the score or the outcome or none of that. There's still something missing for Houston. Houston, you still have a fucking problem. Can you pull this out? Yes. It's the playoffs. Anything can happen. It's the NFL. Anything can happen. I don't want to have to witness another Chiefs Super Bowl. I'm not laying down a Super Bowl prediction. I am going to lay on the side of 24-21. Oh, my God. Chiefs win in a very, very, very fucking close game. In a very close game. It is not going to be pretty. I do believe that Travis Kelce comes alive. Let me get Pacheco anytime TD. Oh. Let me get the over on Travis Kelce receiving yards. I'm not touching either quarterback in this. Let me get Nico Collins on a TD as well. And actually, I will take CJ Stroud on the over passing, because I think that Stroud's going to have to go to the air if he wants to win this. If the Texans want to win this, it has to be through the air. I don't think that you can rely on Mixon to be able to, like, Mixon is going to be effective and Mixon is going to do Mixon things. I could see even Mixon with a goal line carry for a T. I don't think that he's going to be the biggest factor, the X factor that plays into you winning. I think that it is going to be Nico Collins. It has to be repetitive, getting him somewhere in the neighborhood of 7-8 targets. But Chiefs, Black Magic, Leafs has been saying it all fucking night. The Chiefs, look. That's going to be the buzzword surrounding the Chiefs. Is this Black Magic? Like.
What do you call what do you call that in other circles? Destiny. Huh? I said, what do you call that in other circles? Destiny. Is this a team of destiny to be the first three-peat in a long since those?
I think that there's only two teams of destiny in these playoffs. I think everyone else is.
There's only one team of destiny, Robbie. There's only one.
I think there's a couple of different ones that you can place that, or mainly only two that you can place that label on. The Chiefs aren't one because they've been here, they've done this. I think that with the Chiefs, the proper adjective is preparation.
Wow. I mean, to do
it's preparation.
To do three, like, okay, it's like one thing to do one. It's another thing to do two.
But because they're so well prepared, allows them to be able to go out there and rise to an occasion such as this.
Destiny.
Team of Destiny 2024.
Listen,
2024 man. New York Football Giants.
Listen, man. I'm enjoying my second team for now. Okay, let me live.
And this I agree with. Nick Bolton's such a monster. Mixon's going to have a rough day.
Nixon has been shitty the second half of the year.
And let me just talk about the defense really quick. Let me just talk about the defense. Nick Bolton is going to have a Fred Warner-esque type of day. Like, he's going to have to go on like a 8-tackle type of game, 2-pass deflection type of situation. I don't worry about the secondary for the Kansas City Chiefs. Like to be honest, as much as I want to lay on the side of Nico Collins having a 7 to 8 reception type of day, Spags is going to have those DBs primed up, ready to go. There's nothing like having like being a DB and having, the rest of basically 2 weeks. I expect the corners to be shut down tomorrow. Don't be surprised if CJ throws 1 pick. I don't think he throws more than that. Don't be surprised if he throws 1. At all. Don't be surprised. Mm-hmm. Who gets that pick? I don't know. It could be a tip drill to where Karlaftis or Bolton end up coming down with it. But actually, I see it being a tip drill. There will be a pick tomorrow. Stroud will throw a pick tomorrow, and it's going to be a tip drill.
Or it's going to be. I think Justin Reed could do something out of this safety spot.
Reed too. And then also to mention, I mean, you guys. I talked about it when we broke down the college game. When I mentioned how those little things that Notre Dame is going to have to do to win. Yep. The Chiefs are excellent on special teams. Field position is always going to play in their favor. They are going to coffin corner you on punts, and they are also going to execute those field goals. It's not a situation of like we're going to talk about here in a couple of minutes. They actually fucking use their kicker. The guy's employed for a fucking reason. Buckner's employed for a reason. Speeches at colleges aside.
And my damn it doll says, let's go.
I know. I keep seeing you stroke the voodoo doll.
I haven't been able to use it in a Chiefs game yet because I got it right before the Denver game and I knew we weren't going to win, so I didn't use it. So tomorrow it's going to be used.
Having a fucking voodoo doll for your team is madness. That's just wild. Texas easy money for KC, Islam easy money for McConnell. Matt Ariza and Buckner bombs. Exactly. Whoa, that's crazy. College speech is fake for cases. My gosh. Let's go ahead. Let's get into our next game breakdown. Let's go ahead, shift gears. All right. We're doing these games in order. We're doing a classic slate walk.
Mm-hmm.
NFC divisional playoff game between my Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Quinn versus Coach Campbell. This is going to be very Madden-like between these two teams because both teams practically never use their punters. It's these guys are just collecting checks, basically. Best bets, game winners, score predictions. Taco, we'll let you go first.
I love how you said all of that, and then I look at the over-under.
First off,
55
Taco has to admit that he picked the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last week.
Oh, I did. I definitely did.
He did.
I, without a doubt, did. And you know what? I got the Lions this week too, baby. They beating that spread at -8.5. Okay. But when I look at the over-under at 55.5, that's where I get a little bit, not a little bit. I get very intrigued. I don't see 55 in a primetime playoff game going down. I don't. I just can't.
Are you factoring play calling into that?
I'm factoring in just in the playoffs.
Have you
even high-powered offenses?
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Go ahead. I'll let you
in the playoffs. Even high-power offenses, once the pressure like this starts ratcheting up, we've seen it with even some of the best quarterbacks. Some of those throws that you normally make, they go a little bit awry and things go a little bit messy and things get a little bit muddy. And at 55.5, I just think that's just too high, at least for my liking in this game, because this could be a one-sided affair where, let's just face it, the Lions could come out strong and they could put out a big game. This could be a tight game. Either way I slice it, I just can't see the Lions letting the Commanders just roll down the field consistently against them. And for that, the 55 just seems high. I think that we'll get enough defense in this game. And like you were saying last week, the Commanders' defense has been getting better. So when I factor those things in, I just think 55 is too high, especially with the numbers that we've seen in primetime games, with the under-hitting, even with high-powered offenses in games where they're supposed to deliver and normally they deliver. For all those factors, I have a strong inkling here on the under at the 55, just based on what I've seen from previous things. And like I said, I like the Lions at the -8.5. I do think that they win this game big, and then we set up for and I don't want to give away my other prediction, but we set up for a very nice Super Bowl matchup. I mean, championship matchup between the Lions and the next potential team, and I think the Lions will have a lot of momentum going into that game. I have been a big downer on them, and I know I'm not normally the biggest Commanders guy as a Giants fan. But when I look at it, if I'm hating on two teams and I see how good the Lions have been, and I know that this is a rookie's second playoff game all time, it's going to be on the road in a dome with a team that's starving for some success. He's going to have to put up one of the greatest games ever in order for him to be able to really, especially being a second-year player, really get this score up to 55, I feel like.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead and cook. I'm pulling up I'm looking for a stat sheet really quick.
So I just want to say I got this game right. I picked Washington on the money line last week. So that being said, one thing that you just brought up is the fact that it is Jaden Daniels' second playoff game ever. I understand he's a rookie, but there is a quarterback that, no Diddy, you love this quarterback, no Diddy.
I mean, we know who it is.
Yeah, let me cook!
Go ahead.
He sat his entire rookie season, and he ended up going to the Super Bowl and beating the San Francisco 49ers in his second year. Went through, won all his first playoffs games. I get he was a second-year player, but he didn't even play. The only game he played his first year was week 17 against the Denver Broncos when the Chiefs let Alex Smith sit. We know who I'm talking about. Yes, I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes. Okay? I do agree with you that I am scared about the over-under. 2 weeks ago, we all thought we were going to have a high-scoring game between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings in Week 18.
Mhm.
And guess what? We did not. I
Yep.
think we can be in the same boat as that. That's why I'm scared about the over-under. Okay? This 8.5 spread is funky. Okay? I'm taking Washington plus 8.5. Unfortunately, the Lions are going to the NFC Championship game, but Washington covers.
Okay.
What are you taking, the over or the under?
Taking the under.
So maybe Lions last shot, assuming Ben and Glenn gone, and taking Saf with his team. Katie has a Commanders win. I'm definitely taking betting advice from him. I'm dead. Okay. So a lot of you guys saw the Instagram graphic that we put out the other day. Washington 3-0 in all-time meetings in the playoffs against Detroit. Last time that we met was 1999 when Dale Green made sure that he definitely sent them the fuck home. 6-1 for the Lions in the last 7 games. In their last 7 games since 2009 in the regular season for the Lions. Washington seeking their first NFC championship game since 1991. Detroit seeking back-to-back NFC championship or seeking their first back-to-back NFC championship game ever. A couple of things that I want to make sure that we're all aware of. Point differential. Okay. Washington holds opposing teams around the neighborhood of 23 points on average.
Yep.
Okay. Taco already mentioned to you guys that the defense has been getting better. Saw a comment here, best linebacker core in the league in Washington. I mean, when you talk about Wagner and Luvo, 2 all-pro guys there. Jeremy Chin has came the fuck alive from the safety position these last couple of games. Quan Martin is thumping when he hits. Mikey Sandstrill definitely in the conversation for defensive rookie of the year, but Jared Verse definitely ran away with that, which I said at the beginning of the season that he would. It's going to be tough on Detroit. We are not going out without a scrap. We average 28 points per game. I see this Washington getting the win. I could, and I see us looking at like I want to go 33-30. I feel like I want to go 33-30, but I'll bring it down. I'll go 27-24. Washington wins.
So you're taking the under.
Yeah, I'm going to take the under. I'm going to take the under with you guys. I'm going to ride with you guys on the under. I feel like the over is definitely possible, but I also can take into consideration, yes, Washington does go forward at the highest clip in the league more than anybody, and they're more successful than anybody in the league at an 86% clip. I think that Detroit definitely has to worry about that. Detroit does not do well against mobile quarterbacks. They don't. That is a thing that their defense has trouble with. If shit goes awry at any given moment where a play breaks down, Jaden can take the fuck off at any given moment. And we saw that in that Tampa game. And that's a big factor that I think that maybe have not been factored in the 2 takes before me. Jaden's going to go the fuck off. Terry's going to go the fuck off. The boys are locked in. They're playing with momentum. Unlike with the Chiefs, who always find a way to win, and how I don't think the rest impacts them as much. I think that's going to be a close game, like I mentioned. I think the rest does impact Detroit, because Detroit is one of those teams, and Dan Campbell is one of those coaches that does need momentum. I do get that Montgomery is back, so they got the Sonic and Knuckles, kind of tandem going on. If you look at the numbers, they've actually been a little bit better without Monty. and Gibbs has really taken control of that backfield. Was Sonic and Knuckles to a shadow, baby? So we're going to go out there. We're going to put up a fight. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a nail biter. We are going to be live. And it's going to be lit. When we talk about Team of Destiny, I feel like either one of these teams is where you could lay that label. But Washington has that why not us factor. Why the hell not us?
Because they're not rewriting history.
Oh, we are. We are definitely rewriting history. We've already rewritten history right before your very fucking eyes. 12 NFL records for Jaden Daniels. 12 NFL records for Jaden Daniels.
Regular season
12 NFL
stats,
fucking records.
Regular season stats are cute. Show me the rings. Nothing else matters.
I got 3 for you that we can pull out. Don't worry. We going for it.
The rings.
See, that's the only thing that's look. You see this from someone who's not even in the playoffs.
Look at the way he did it. The win last year versus Joe Burrow on one leg hurt Robbie so bad he can't come to this realization here that what Mahomes is doing is truly on a run, like unlike anything
we're not talking about Mahomes.
So to say Jaden Daniels is on that level is very hard for me. Very hard.
Oh, he's definitely there. He's had a better rookie year than Mahomes' first year, full starting year.
No, Mahomes was a freaking MVP. Don't pull that bullshit.
He was, and Jaden Daniels very well. Jaden Daniels is going to walk away with a couple of MVP votes. Let's face it.
Get him.
Let's face it. If he was not a rookie, he would be MVP.
No.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you, bro.
You're drinking the Kool-Aid, brother. You're drinking the Kool-Aid.
Hey. Rich Eisen said it on his show as well.
You're drinking the Kool-Aid.
Rich Eisen said it on his show as well.
And I'm not saying that Jaden Daniels doesn't have a potential to be like all-time great. I'm not saying no to that. But let's be honest. You know what I mean?
Hey. Look, hey, Jaden got that dog in him. I'm taking the over. I'm taking Washington on the money line. If it's not broke, don't fix it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Washington's been winning us money. We're gonna keep going with Washington.
No, hold on, mister. You've woken a man. You have awoken the beast.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Oh man.
Hold your horses. Got a bone to pick with your dumbass.
He said I got a bone to pick. I need that one.
All right, here we go, you son of
a
jackass. Hold on, because now you've pissed me off. God damn it, where are you at, you son of a bitch? You're telling me that his year this year is better than Mahomes throwing for 5,097 yards and 50 touchdowns?
Yeah, because we also have the dual ability. He doesn't have to throw. He has that Lamar-esque to him.
I understand that, but hold on. I'm getting his freaking rushing yards, okay, you mister? He still ran for 280 yards of a guy who can't run. He ran for half the yards, but he had freaking double the amount of passing touchdowns.
891.
Double the amount of passing touchdowns. He threw for 50. And he won the MVP, and he won the Super Bowl that year. You can't say that his year is better than Mahomes.
I'll give you that. I'll let you take that W.
You can't. You're not giving it to me. I earned it.
We're going to. Hey,
I should get that.
Stop it.
Hey, I'll see you in New Orleans. I'll see you in New Orleans.
I can't say that.
You're
said, "I
feeling
can't
mighty
say
good
that."
about yourself. You're feeling mighty good about yourself. You're not going to get the Kendrick Lamar halftime show, okay?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's gonna be lit.
You guys will be able to actually watch it. You're not going to be
lit.
like sitting in the back like having
Next topic.
We are about to get into halftime.
Okay, good. I need another drink.
Oh my gosh, that felt so good. That felt so good. Damn, that felt really good. On the other half of the show, we are going to talk about we are going to predict the other two games, and we do have to go over some coaching carousel things that are happening, Jerry. So we will be back on the other side of these messages. Quick music video break, quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
Just stick to the block. Hey, stick to the block. Hey, stick to the block. Hey, stick to the screen. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go into shit. Just stick to the block. Hey, stick to the block. Hey, stick to the block. Hey, stick to the screen. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go into shit. See, it's kinda funny. You stick to the road to the riches and hope you don't crash like some dummy. To get to this money, you cut every piece of the pie to find out you slice into an onion. Now let's change the subject. These niggas who think they got something, but actually they end up with nothing. It's getting disgusting. I'm tired of the fucking assumptions. I'm about to blow up like a ruckus, so stick to it. Stick to the plan. When you lose it, gotta get it again. Keep it moving, never stick in the sand. Even when tired, like Michelin Man, shit, I know I'm the man, so I don't give a damn about opinions. I'm racking up millions, you spiking up pennies. She throwing it back in the back of the venue. Now we taking off in her man and his feelings. Now back to the business. Back to the lab with my niggas. Actually back doing laps in the trenches. It's my second home. I ain't have to go visit. I stay resident, embedded to living the life of a nigga. By day we just niggas. At night we the victims. The life of go get 'em, so I'ma go get it. I stick to my plan. I stay on my mission. Hey, stick to the block. Hey, stick to the block. Hey, stick to the screen. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go into shit. Just stick to the block. Hey, stick to the block. Hey, stick to the block. Hey, stick to the screen. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go into shit. So this is my message. Sometimes you just living in life, be an actor. Don't try to direct it. Now let's change direction. This life that we live for the lesson. Don't count chickens, start counting blessings before they go missing. I promise you, I'm on a mission. I want something, I'ma go get it. No hidden intentions. I open my eyes, saw my vision. Now everyone see that I'm gifted. I'm rapping like Christmas. You niggas just under a tree. I'm smoking it, not metaphorically. I'm smoking no tree. No one's smoking on me. So when I say you're under it, no, that means me. I'm a poet MC and I'm living my dream. Hoping that hopefully you see the hope in me. And if you don't fuck it, cause I'm all I need. Keep my ear to the game and my mind to the streets. I'm a beast. Stick to the #1 mission in hand. Stay true to yourself and give your life meaning. And fuck their opinions, they won't understand. To get to the top, gotta give all you got. Only getting one shot, so give up or not until your heart stops. Gotta stick to the block. Hey, stick to the block. Hey, stick to the block. Hey, stick to the screen. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go into shit. Just stick to the block. Hey, stick to the block. Hey, stick to the block. Hey, stick to the screen. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go into shit. Just stick to the
One moment.
Hop out in Miami with no land, ain't got no understanding. Out of here, I'm burning, no turn me up, you can't understand. In the club, posted up, they lit up, no matter where I'm standing. Shots to your D for the Cuban link, yeah, you see it there. Might spaz out on some taller shit, no one zero tolerance. Money conversations ain't hard to relate, it's hollering. See my net, they acknowledge it, good bring away your knowledge. Gang, with the gang, with the gang, with the gang. Gang, bring the cash in, we is distributing racks out. I made a name for rapping, turn the special with cash cow. I took a trip like whacking, fuck the bitch, she tap out. Bad bitch, ass out, cash in, cash out. Gang, bring the cash in, we is distributing racks out. I made a name for rapping, turn the special with cash cow. I took a trip like whacking, fuck the bitch, she tap out. Bad bitch, ass out, cash in, cash out. Gang, bring the cash in, brought the success on a fast route. You don't really wanna whack shit, I blow this bitch when I back out. I came to get rich with half clout. I lit the city in a blackout. I lit the shit that I rap out. Get pistol whipped if you act out. That's how it go. I seen this shit happen. You don't want smoke, keep this shit rapping. Oh, they got jokes, let's use laughing. I came with a pole, that bitch can just dance and whoa. I woke them up cause they been asleep. I roll around like the Genovese. My whole squad like the Den of Thieves. Gang, bring the cash in. We is distributing racks out. I made a name for rapping. Turn this bitch to a cash cow. I took a trip while you lacking. Fuck the bitch, she tap out. Bad bitch, ass out. Cash in, cash out. Gang, bring the cash in. We is distributing racks out. I made a name for rapping. Turn this bitch to a cash cow. I took a trip while you lacking. Fuck the bitch, she tap out. Bad bitch, ass out. Cash in, cash out. Just sleeping on me, now they woke. Singing and creeping on me and get smoked. We couldn't eat it for leaves, we broke. Shout out to BV and CC, my bros. Rowdy and LBVB for the low. Getting no team, I'm seeing his ghost. Still on the street, cause to me it's my home. My city need me, they need me to go. They loving the flow, they say my shit wavy. I got that dope like back in the 80s. I got your hoe, she acting all crazy. Come to my show, it's back like the baby. So don't hate me, no. Cause I stayed down till I came up. I stayed the same while they changed up. Now I make it rain on these lame dogs. Gang, bring the cash in. We is distributing racks out. I made a name for rapping. Turn this bitch to a cash cow. I took a trip while you lacking. Fuck the bitch, she tap out. Bad bitch, ass out. Cash in, cash out. Gang, bring the cash in. We is distributing racks out. I made a name for rapping. Turn this bitch to a cash cow. I took a trip while you lacking. Fuck the bitch, she tap out. Bad bitch, ass out. Cash in, cash out.
All righty, we are back. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rome boys and girls, what it do? Dilly.
I'm here.
I'll go. What the hell, Taco? All righty. So let's go ahead and how about rookie year Trevor and Daniel Jones? I'm dead. Let's go ahead and get back into things. It's looking like actually the next two games that we're going to talk about are going to be impacted by some weather. Taco's part of the country is going to be hit with some snow. Right now, we're hit with snow here in Denver. But it's looking like we do have a snow game on our hands as the Los Angeles Rams travel to take on the Philadelphia Eagles in their playoff matchup. The Rams are 1-8 in snow games, but the Eagles have been having some struggles as of lately, especially, we kind of saw that a little bit last week. How does this one play out? Props, game winners, final score, Mike.
I'm looking something up real quick because I thought I had it up. Hold on, but I did have it up until I had to prove you wrong. I will say that Jaden Daniels has had the best rookie season in the history. All right. So it is -6 for Philadelphia, 43.5 over under. Saquon Barkley, when they played the Rams in the regular season, went off. I think he had close. I think it was one of his best games of the year. I can't remember exactly the stats, but I know it was one of the best games of his career or his year. I do want to, yes, I'm going to pat myself on the back, and I do not care. I was the only one on this panel that took the Rams to win on the money line. Thank you very much. But they are not going to win against the Eagles in Philadelphia. The Eagles are going to win this game. I think the Rams are a year away from being legit in the NFC conversation. I think that we thought that the general consensus was defensive front seven was going to take a year to gel with, Verse and Young and Fisk and all those guys without Aaron Donald, with him retiring, that they were going to take a step back. They haven't taken a step back. You were 100% right about Verse at the beginning of the year, Robbie. I think a lot of us were high on Verse. Fisk has proven it. Young has proven it. Spates has proven it. Your old safety has come. I mean, I still love what Cameron Curl's doing.
Curl is a baller. No matter where he goes, he hoops.
They got full. I mean, their defense is showing out, and if they can get a couple more pieces in that secondary and maybe another linebacker, I think that Rams defense is going to be legit. You are right. The Eagles have slowed down a little bit in the last few weeks, but I think part of that has to do with Jalen being hurt, not 100%. A.J. Brown has been reading books and not getting into the end zone.
He was held to 3 catches and busted out a self-help book. The book that he was reading was actually like a very is a good read. Good read.
Hey, him reading it got that book to number 1 on freaking Amazon's.
It sure fucking did.
I mean, it got it at number 1. Part of me wants to say that this is going to be a close game that they are going to cover. If it turns into a snow game, I think that the Eagles cover the 6.
Okay. What's your final score prediction?
24-13.
24-13. Eagles?
Eagles.
All righty. Taco.
I love when these teams play earlier in the year so we can kind of get like a gauge of kind of like what's going on. Although
just bring up that regular season has nothing to do.
You're right, but a gauge in the sense of like matchup. Like okay like
I'm just trying to see how hypocritical we're going to be here. Go ahead.
In the regular season when they faced off, it was 37-20. But this was around Thanksgiving, but this was before the Rams started really getting rolling and started getting the offense.
They weren't healthy then,
picked up. So when you look at that, you take away one, the Eagles didn't seem to have problems scoring in that game. But seemingly, in my opinion, I feel like the Eagles offense, is a little shaky. Like I don't 100% trust the Eagles offense, particularly in a game versus solid defense, which the Rams is kind of showing to be a very solid defense. Like let's look at that last game versus Sam Darnold. That line definitely stood up and made a lot of plays. And if they're doing that in this game, it's going to be a long fucking night if they're able to get that kind of pressure and they're able to dominate like that. So I think this game is going to be very interesting. I'm so torn because
you don't like the Eagles.
No, I want them to win because of Saquon. Like I'm a Saquon fan. Like I don't want to see Saquon lose.
Okay, fair.
But at the same point in time, I do think that the Rams are a sneaky team, man. They scored 13, 25, 27 in the last couple of games. So they're on the lower side of scoring, but they held the Vikings and the Cardinals to 9 points. The Seahawks put up the 30. So like when I look at it, it's like it's just one of those situations to me where it's like I don't love the Rams offense, but that Rams defense can fuck shit up. And if it's a snowy like cold weather game, and now it's like, okay, now we can fuck shit up, and then we got Stafford who can make clutch plays, and that's the kind of game where he could clutch that shit out, because if Hurts is not connecting on his throws or Saquon is not dominating to consistently move that ball, which, like I'm saying, I have doubts about this Eagles offense. I don't know. I feel like this is more of a toss-up game than it's getting credit for. So let me go back because I just lost my line. NFL playoffs. The line for this game
6.5.
Yeah, like I feel like that's just too much. So I'm gonna take the Rams +6. I think that they'll cover that. I think if they lose, it'll be a close game, probably by a field goal. I don't think they lose by a touchdown. And the 43 is a little tricky because that's not that high of a number to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see it. Like, I would stay away just from the over under in this game because I can see it being a low or a high. Like, this is not high enough. I think this is the second lowest scoring game of the 4. It's just not enough points that they're giving you in this, I feel like, to take it. So I would just take the Rams +6 in this game.
Okay. I want to preference what I'm about to say based off the weather.
That's why, yeah.
Okay. Right now, as it stands, it's looking like it'll be in the neighborhood of 31 and cloudy. Okay, that's according to AccuWeather. I'm looking via the ESPN app. Okay, when I scroll to the bottom, that's where I see that. Let me first preference the snow game part. If it's a snow game, give me Saquon 2 TDs. Okay, I do want to make sure I throw out that hot take, 2 TDs for Saquon. If it is a snow game, if it is a snow game, I think that you can lock in the under on Matt Stafford's passing. Styles make fights, and we say this all the time. I think that in this football game between these two teams, this is the most drastically different styles of football that we're going to get out of these two ball clubs. And what I mean by that is you have the very in between the tackles, smash mouth, we're going to punch you in the fucking mouth on offense style of the Philadelphia Eagles. But then you have the very eloquent downfield, rhythmic passing style of the Rams. I like the under. I like this at 17-13 if it snows. I like the Eagles to win if it snows. If it does not, if there is absolutely zero fucking precipitation, I'm now completely shifting my bets. I'm now putting this 27-21 in favor of the Rams. I think we get a last-minute clutch march down the field score by Matt Stafford to Puka Nacua to close this motherfucker out. I think we're sitting 20-21 when things end, or when we start getting into like the fourth quarter. Rams last 2 minutes march down, they score 27-21. And I think that's where we're looking at, and Eagles getting the ball back, not being able to do anything with much time on the clock to close things. I greatly appreciate Mitchell and Dijon, Cooper Dijon, especially as someone that's played DB. But with that being said and stated, I don't think that if it's not a snow game, I don't think that those guys are enough, to be able to shut down both Kupp and Nacua. I really don't. I wholeheartedly believe that. So to close out my take, I do think that it does snow. It's looking like it's going to snow. That's what everyone's been talking about all fucking week. Either way, we're going to be probably looking at a snow game in the other game that we're going to talk about. that whole region's gonna get fucking decked. I have the Eagles pulling this one off because of weather.
I think I do think they pull it off either way. But
I don't think it's an either way thing.
No, I think they pull the win off either way. But I preface my score by I think I agree with you. I don't think they cover. In my opinion, they do not cover if it is a no snow game. I do think they cover if it is a snow game. I just believe that the Rams are going to come up short, but they cover if it's a no snow game.
I think that internal turmoil of like there's so much pride with those receivers for Philly that I don't think that they have the mentality of okay, let's just go out and let Saquon win us the game, which is and I think that we're starting to see a lot of that with, I don't think that A.J. Brown broke out a fucking book just because he needed to get his mind right and get him. I think that was a sign of like, I'm starting to not be happy here.
Do we have 3 minutes for me to throw something out there?
Yeah.
A question that I have in general is, after what happened last year when Philadelphia went in super cold into the playoffs, there was all that talk about the turmoil. Then they lost to Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Kelsey came out and said a couple things and this and that. There was the drama with Dom and all Big Dom and all that.
I think that a lot of that is still lingering.
How much of the issue that you're saying about the wide receivers, wanting the ball and whatever, can, if they do lose, and it shows that, is attributed to Nick Sirianni not being able to handle the locker room?
So, and that's what I was going to bring up. If we were to rank all of the coaches in these playoffs, Sirianni's at the bottom for me. Because despite winning, Philly's a weird fan base and a weird culture. Howie is weird as well.
But Howie gets the best out of things.
Yeah, Howie gets the best out of things. And what I'm about to say is I'm not throwing shots at Howie.
You're not knocking Howie. Yeah, you're not knocking Howie.
I could see if the Eagles get bounced, Sirianni getting the fuck out of there. The fans have been chanting for it. The players don't seem to be fucking happy. I don't think the organization is this. I think the only reason why Sirianni still has a job is because he keeps figuring out weird ways to win. And I don't think that it's necessarily him. We talked last year about, is this one of those guys that just can hire the right people and that's how he's able to keep his job? And it's starting to look like that. It has always looked like, even while they were winning this season.
That's a big thing.
You should not be winning football games, and your fan base is key. And I get that the Eagles fans are fucking psychotic. I get that. Your fan base, even when you win, is questioning every single fucking decision you make.
And I get that. And there is something, not spoiler alert, but foreshadowing. There's something that you just brought up about, did he hire the right people, that we will bring up in a little bit when we talk about head coaching jobs coming up in the future, that I want to bring up about that, but I'm foreshadowing.
Yeah.
So
100%. 100%. Yeah. I do worry about this Philadelphia Eagles team. And it's only because of that situation there.
All right. Let's go to the next game because you just sparked something in my brain just now.
I do want to get into breaking down the battle of the MVP candidates. Whereas we do have Lamar Jackson of the Baltimore Ravens taking on Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills. This game definitely has a lot riding on it. And if we're going to be quite frank, a bit of a bittersweet feeling. I feel like that this game is the AFC version of Detroit-Washington, where it has that bittersweet feeling to it, where like no matter who wins, no matter who loses, you're kind of like, man, fuck, like this probably should have been the conference championship.
Hey now,
what?
I no, listen, wholeheartedly.
You would be saying the same damn thing if this was the Chiefs against Baltimore or the Chiefs.
They're going for 3 in a row.
That's
someone has to beat the champ.
That's awesome. That's
You can't
also
talk,
never
you
been
can't
done.
talk about the guys that always lose to the champ. It's like, oh yeah.
When I look at things, when I look at things
Taco,
from
let him go.
when I look at things from the scope of how of you know, because this
Tell me how the Ravens game went last year.
This is the narrative. Hold on, this is the narrative. The narrative all season has been the Chiefs, you know, kind of, and you brought it up even in your take, the Chiefs, you know, winning by the skin of their teeth. Blah, 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 blah. We all talked about it. You know, Mike talked about them not covering. This one kind of, you know, it has that bittersweet feel to it. Who will truly emerge as MVP when this is all said and done? Props, game winners, final score as well. Yeah, MVP has pretty much already been decided.
Well, it's been voted. It's already been voted.
Yeah, it's been voted, but yeah.
Who did you guys have?
Me or is it Taco?
Taco.
Oh, damn, me first. I mean, I guess.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. It's a 105, 115 line, bro. Like this has championship feels to it more so.
Question: do you have the weather report for this game? Because I know there's a lot of snow and stuff that's forecast.
I think that it's 100% going to snow. I think that they've already called that it's 100% going to snow.
Is it windy though? Because snow by itself isn't bad. If it's like a windy,
it's going to be 18 degrees.
Okay, so 51 and a half.
Book.
51 and a half. That's what I'm looking at right now. This is what I call that's the main attraction, baby. I'm taking that under and I'm just praying the weather does what it does. Everything else to be fucking, because everything else is a toss-up. This game is a true toss-up. The last time the Ravens played, I remember the first drive. How many runs did they have? And was it like, I don't remember. But the first drive in the playoffs this year, they ran the ball. And when you look at the reason why they got blown out in the game they did versus the Chiefs, they fucking went away from the run. I was sitting in Dubai trying to. What happened?
The wins are supposed to be about 10.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. No, I'm definitely taking the under no matter what. I'm not touching the over-under. I'm not even picking a winner in this game. I am playing the under and sitting back.
We're doing a prediction show.
No, I'm saying if I'm betting. No. I'm saying if I'm betting.
Oh, you're talking. I apologize.
Yeah.
I apologize. I apologize.
I am taking the 51 and a half under, and I'm sitting back and I'm enjoying the game, and I am watching these two fantastic players go out and do what they do. We also know the Ravens are not going to have Zay Flowers in this game. So it's going to be a game where you're down weapons as well. I know they got Deontay Johnson back.
He's not playing. He's not playing. He won't even get a ring. He won't even get a ring.
He can't play.
But they got him back is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I was just going to say he doesn't matter. It's funny because they got him back.
Deontay, I know you don't like me. I still love you.
But he doesn't matter. None of this matters. Right now, it's and this is really how this game should be based on the elements. James Cook and Josh Allen on Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, and which rushing attack is going to be able to control this game in this weather, which automatically screams under. And then when I look at the two teams, I'm personally in this game, I want the New York team to win because I'm from New York, so I'm going to take the Bills. I truly think that this is a toss. This is a toss-up game. I think that for Lamar Jackson to win this game, it's a real statement game for him in the playoffs. If Josh Allen wins this game, it's a real statement win for him in the playoffs. This game is the best game of all of them. This is the one game where you sit back and you look at the spread and you say, yeah, Vegas really doesn't even know who they want. And they're giving the Bills the underdog, but I just don't know if I can trust the Ravens enough to really bet them hard or go over with them, because I do think that Josh Allen has that it factor and can take this game over at any time. And he has receivers to get the ball downfield, and he is used to playing in the cold weather, which Lamar Jackson, I know he can deliver in any situation. So I'm not going to downplay him because of the cold. But I know it's not the best situation for him because he's not as used to it. But I know it gets pretty cold in Baltimore. So, I mean, You know?
Yeah, it gets cold as fuck in Baltimore.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm taking Bills just because I'm from New York.
Okay. This game, by the way, I forgot to shout out the networks. ESPN will be running Houston, KC, Washington, Detroit, Fox, Rams, Philly, NBC. This game that we're talking about now, CBS. Mike, take us away. And also, I believe you can't catch all the games on NFL Plus as well.
This might surprise people. I am more pumped about this game than my game. Due to the fact of what you were saying. I'm not poo-pooing on you the fact, Robbie, about saying this should be I'm just saying that I think Chiefs against either one of these teams, you'd be saying the same thing. That's my only point. However, this game is a game that I'm really excited about, pumped about watching. All that being said, I am going to stick to my guns on this. Hands down, what I've been saying from the beginning. Me and you, so you know where I'm going with this because me and you have talked off camera. Taco, you brought up it's James Cook and Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. And boy, did I just realize that I'm starting to feel the alcohol. Yes, it's been voted on, and I do not give a shit because this is what I've been saying.
Yeah, it's been voted on, not announced. Yeah.
The real MVP is going to win this game.
Yeah.
And that is fucking Lamar Jackson, and I don't give a shit. This is the game I'm most confident on. Baltimore's going to win this game. They're going to go in, snow or not, and beat Buffalo because there's something about this Buffalo team that chokes at the end. And, Robbie, this is why I'm getting passionate. You brought up that something is weird in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
And that Sirianni could get let go because if he fucks it up, it's on Sirianni, correct?
Oh, yeah.
I think Josh McDermott might be the problem. I think it might be Josh McDermott can't get over the hump.
Sean McDermott.
Sean McDermott might not be able to get over the hump with Josh Allen. Could there be a case where Sean McDermott is either out or on the hot seat because he can't do it with the MVP?
I definitely think that's the case. I definitely think that is a possibility.
Oh, you have Allen winning MVP.
No, I have.
I don't think that that says much.
My MVP is Lamar. I think Josh is going to win it, Taco, but I think that Lamar should win it.
And I actually completely agree with that statement. I think Allen will win it, but Lamar probably should win it.
If I had a vote, I'm voting for Lamar. I think Josh is going to get it. In my opinion, the championship game is going to be the Chiefs versus the Baltimore Ravens.
I personally believe that it's going to be Lamar. I think that the NFL kind of wants this whole like 3-time MVP narrative, kind of surrounding him. Look, since Lamar was a rookie, he's said he wants one fucking thing and one thing only out of his career. He doesn't care about Hall of Fame. He doesn't care about what draft pick he was. He wants the ring. He wants the fucking ring.
Yep.
Which, in my opinion, I mean, both these guys want it. Let's fucking face it. Let's face it. Both these guys can beat you with their legs. Josh Allen reminds me very much of Steve Young. I was watching Steve Young highlights the other day, and I was like, my God, I'm literally looking at Josh Allen, except Josh Allen just has an arm.
He's so much bigger, I can't compare.
And he's so much bigger than Steve. But he moves and grooves like Steve.
Whoa.
He's an athletic Roethlisberger.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I like that. But then you got Lamar. I mean, and Lamar just finds ways to win, and both these guys are doing it with probably not your ideal receiving cores. But goddamn, can they both find fucking ways to win? Yeah, I have KC making it to the championship. One of these two is going to meet them, and that's going to be the battle of the David versus Goliath in the AFC in order for them to fucking get over the hump. Kind of how I feel about Washington, Detroit, with the exception of like Washington being my team. where like I'm gonna walk away from that game. I'm gonna walk away from that live stream. Like, you know what, Detroit, go out there and fucking win it all. You know, Washington, go out there and win it all. I have that same emotion with these two teams. The same way that I was during the Patriot era, where I was like, God, give me anything fucking but another Patriot Super Bowl. I'm like that. I'm starting to get like that again. You know,
we can tell. Oh, we can tell.
Yeah, we can tell.
It is going to snow. It is going to be a rushing attack game. I don't particularly care for the passing yards props on either of these two, but give me the over on the rushing for both of these two quarterbacks. Give me the over on the rushing for James Cook. Give me the over on the rushing for Derrick Henry. I think that we see a lot of pistol get utilized in between these two offenses because of the weather.
I think Derrick Henry going to Baltimore, because he is a veteran and because he needs a ring, is going to be another hook on the
exactly. And I think that I'm sorry, Buffalo. I'm so sorry, Buffalo. God, I know you guys want this. Bills Mafia, I know that you want this so bad. You went through 3 of these situations with fucking Jim Kelly, and you're reliving it again in the modern era. I've said this. We've been on air for 6-7 fucking years, and I've said this before. History repeats itself. And I'm sorry, unfortunately, I feel like that it repeats itself for the Bills. When we talk about teams that have yet to win a Super Bowl, that are remaining in these fucking playoffs, somebody's going to have their fucking heart broke. I don't think that it's necessarily maybe, Detroit probably stands a better chance against Washington than you guys do, Buffalo, against the Baltimore Ravens.
So the other thing I want to bring up, and I know you'll agree with me on this.
Wait, where did that come from?
No, the other thing I'll bring up that I know you'll agree with me on, Robbie, is I'm taking the Chiefs and Houston out of it, and I'm taking the Rams and Philly out of it in the sense of the two teams in your game and the two teams in this game are this in the sense of these are the teams that are trying to get over the hump again. You guys haven't been there since the 90s. The Lions have never been there. The Ravens are trying to get over the hump with Lamar, the narrative. Yeah. Allen and them haven't. The Bills haven't been what you're saying. The Ravens are starting to mesh. Their defense is starting to, hit. The Bills have they have Vaughn, but the Bills have the worst defense of those 4 teams. And I think that's going to come and bite them in the ass at the end.
I agree. Give me the under. Give me James Cook anytime TD. Give me Derrick Henry anytime TD. Give me Lamar rush for a TD.
If you want a risky anytime TD to make some money, because what Taco said about Zay being out, give me Isaiah Likely.
I like that.
I actually don't mind Mark Andrews, bro.
I'm going to take this. $17-14 Ravens. 21-14 Ravens. 21-14 Ravens. 21-14 Ravens.
I was going to say 20, but I agree, like anywhere right around there.
21-14 Ravens. I think this game is all 7s. Yeah. Oof, that was tough. That was really tough. Damn, that was very, very fucking. I hate that these two teams have to face each other.
I'll be honest. Going into the show, this is the one that I have no qualms. Boom.
Fuck it. Like just whatever happens. Like let it happen. I'm happy for either franchise, either way.
This is why I like. You take it over, you take it under, and you sit back and you just sip and you just like defense or offense. What do you go?
Exactly.
Did you say sip?
I'm a sip. Let's get into the coaching carousel. Mike McCarthy was let go this week.
He wasn't let go. He wasn't renewed. He was already.
He wasn't renewed. He was. Yeah. So we've been hearing. It sounds like Deion's not gonna take it.
He shouldn't.
To be honest, I don't think that really much of anyone is anxious to work with Jerry, and I feel like that's kind of what we're running into with all these head coaching vacancies. Titans got a new GM today. Congratulations.
Damn it.
Yeah, former assistant GM of the Chiefs, Borgazzi. I can't.
I don't know how to say his name.
But yeah, obviously the Bears position is still kind of floating out there. What do you guys kind of make of the coaching carousel right now? I don't think that anything is really cemented for anyone until pretty much after the conference championships. Mike, you start. Yeah, so Jack Del Rio, Paris football team is fucking weird.
So are we talking just Dallas, or can we discuss other teams?
Yeah, go for it. Free fire.
Okay, so first off, I'll just bring up Dallas real quick. Deion, I know I'm just a peon from California, but do me a favor and please listen. Stick with Colorado and do not come to Dallas. Do not go to Dallas. Do not take that job. Stick with what you're doing. Don't go to your old wrecking ground of Dallas because it's not worth it. I'm sorry. Bill Belichick, do not go to the Raiders. Stay at North Carolina, even though you haven't signed.
I don't think that Belichick leaves. I don't think that Belichick leaves, and I don't think that Deion leaves.
You can't say he's leaving if he never got there.
My current prediction for the Dallas Cowboys quarterback, or ex-Dallas Cowboys quarterback, who's going to turn into the head coach, because Jerry still needs a puppeteer, because I've said it, he is the NFL's new Al Davis. They will not be successful till he gets the F out of the way, and we know that ain't going to happen anytime soon. I said I am going to foreshadow something, and thank you very much, Aiden. That's exactly where I was foreshadowing. The next head coach is going to be, in my opinion, it's going to end up being Kellen Moore. Once the
I think that Dallas ends up so I think that Dallas ends up with Kellen Moore. I think that Jags end up with Cohen. I think that Ben Johnson lands probably with the Raiders.
Don't bring up Caleb yet. Let me bring that one up.
I don't know what's going to happen with the Jets.
I don't know what's going to happen with the Jets.
I think the Jets get the leftovers of whatever the fuck is left over.
But I have a PSA right now that I need to bring up, and then I'll let anyone else go after me. My PSA is to Ryan Poles and the McCaskey old lady. Get out of the way, and please do not hire another old person. And yes, do not hire Pete frickin' Carroll. Get a younger person. I don't care if it's a first-timer. I don't care if it's someone that's had an opportunity. The two people that you should not be hiring and the two people that you should not be bringing into Hallis Hall for an interview are Pete Carroll and Mike frickin' McCarthy. Robbie might disagree with me on this one, but I am okay with you hiring Marcus Freeman.
I'm okay with Pete Carroll. I'm not okay with Mike McCarthy. I'm okay with Pete Carroll. I'm not okay with Mike McCarthy.
I'm not okay with. I think you need a person that is an offensive-minded coach or a defensive-minded coach that is going to bring in people. What I'm saying is Pete is going to be the culture guy and not the playbook. I think they need to have personally, I think they need to have offensive-minded. That's why I don't think they're going to hire Freeman. But I think they need to hire an offensive coach. I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think that Marcus Freeman gets an NFL job at all. I think that a lot of that came because
I think he's one away.
I think because of his Orange Bowl speech. That's where, because if you notice, right after the Orange Bowl speech is when like all the buzz started happening. I think because of how he handled that, that's what intrigued teams. To me, that's not enough. It was
the speech. I just think it was bringing Notre Dame that far.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe Brady and Todd Monken, definitely out there. I wouldn't mind Monken to the Raiders. I don't know who the Jets end up with. The Jets are the most fucked up. I feel like the Jags are pretty much locked in on Cohen, and it's going to be that, because I feel like the Jags have this sense of, out of all the teams and out of all the coaching vacancies, they seem to have the most sense of urgency out of anyone to kind of begin getting ahead of things. The Bears, I feel like, are being too tedious. Vegas, I think that they already know what they're going to do. And they have their guy. They're just waiting till after the conference games. I think that person already knows. Patriots ended up with Vrabel. We saw that coming from a fucking mile away. Love that for them.
I think I know who the Jets' next head coach is.
Who do you think?
Aaron Glenn.
I could see that. I could see that. I could see the Jets trying to go defensive minded guy again. Just especially, to help Sauce and those guys.
Well, I think Aaron Glenn wants to go somewhere that he played.
Yeah. Cohen does want Balky gone. I think that Balky's just going to maintain a paycheck and no one's really going to listen to him. I think that it's one of those things where it's like, you're a part of the team, but you're not really a part of the team type of situation.
Trent Balky is a worse GM than Jerry Jones.
Oh yeah, he's fucking bad. Yeah.
Taco.
But no. Kind of really quick. I want to before I let Taco go, I do want to mention something with the Dallas thing. You're fucking idiots. You're idiots, to be honest, because you should have already known, and you should have already moved on from McCarthy. You should have already known that you weren't going to renew him. Doing it this fucking late when every other candidate has probably already gotten we've all been through the job interview process, right? And what do jobs always say? Hey, we can't let you know that you got the job right now. We can't say that you have the job right now because we still have other candidates, but expect a call from us. Like, we've all heard that line before from a company. I think that all the other teams are kind of at that point. Dallas, you did yourself a fucking disservice. Dallas is going to try and go for a big name. Kellen Moore makes the most sense, but they're going to try and go for like a big name. That's where the whole Dion thing came from. That's why Jerry called Dion. Stop trying to fucking make headlines and start trying to figure out how to win games. That's my only thing. You make the NFC East look fucking bad when you guys do shit like this. We're the most competitive division in fucking football. We're the only division with every team having a fucking Lombardi. Can you please stop being jackasses, Dallas? You make the rest of us in the division look stupid. Thank you. Taco. Shadow will do anything for Ben Johnson, though he's been talking to his agent every day and doing background work on Lance Newmark. Go ahead, Taco.
You know what I find interesting? You have Tom Brady, now part of the ownership group with the Raiders. Did someone, and I don't want to be misquoted because I think I saw it and I'm not sure, but was there a statement about someone saying something to Bill from there, where they wanted him to come? Because that's what I heard, or what I saw, is that Tom kind of wanted or was interested in possibly Bill in Las Vegas, which I'll be 100% honest with you, man. There's no way that Bill should be out of football right now.
He's not out of football.
He's not.
Bill Belichick?
He's the head coach of North Carolina.
He has not signed that contract, Mike.
Yeah, he has. He's literally
he hasn't signed on the dotted line.
Mike Lombardi.
He hasn't signed. No,
he has not signed on the dotted line, but there is an agreement in place, and he is already on the recruiting trail.
Yeah, he's already recruiting. He's already going.
But we know that in a deal in place, it could be contingent on, so long as I don't get an NFL job, and maybe he sets his son up then to just kind of parlay his way into a coaching job down there in college, and then he steps in and gets gets his own NFL job. I mean, he might be setting up the oopty doopty and just like really fucking setting up the family for life. But at the end of the day, if Tom Brady, who has some ownership stake in there, has a shot to bring Bill Belichick back, and we see that he hasn't signed on the dotted line, I think that speculation needs to be out there because at the end of the day, a reunion of those two guys coming together to rebuild a Vegas Raiders team could be some shit that's fucking made for that town. Let me tell you, that just sounds like it's a story made in Vegas. It's all about the money. You fucking throw it at it. You know, it could be a fucking shit show. It could be great. You never know when you go to Vegas. But you know what? It's a show. And that's what that would be. And that's what I'm actually really excited for. And I think that, you know, and I think the deal was
You pissed off
that much like
I agree
how,
with you. I agree with you, Leaves. I agree with you, Leaves. I don't think that there's so many moving parts to make it happen. There's so many moving parts. There's way too much red tape. It's way too much red tape. And one thing that NFL owners don't like is red tape. So I don't think the Belichick thing happens.
Well, I mean, again, if you have a deal in principle, and in your principle of the deal, you say, if I get an NFL job, though, this offseason, my son will take over and run it. Because what did we say happens with or what did we see happen with Gerard Mayo? He was anointed the position in Belichick's last contract where he's going to get the job no matter what, which is kind of like what they did for his son. So he might have like said, yeah, I'm going to go here thinking like, let me lock this shit down and make sure shit is good. And then Tommy Boy calls up and says, Bill, what are you doing? Come back here, get the wins you need, be the all-time winningest coach. Let's rebuild this thing. Let's get it popping. That narrative is great. The second thing that I see in the coaching carousel that I find very interesting is I hear there's rumors that Salah is viable in Jacksonville.
I heard that. My thing with Salah is,
you know,
I think he goes back to a coordinator. I think he goes more so back to a coordinator.
The Niners offered him today. They put an offer on the table today to be the richest defensive coordinator in the history of the NFL.
And I say this, he was sabotaged in that situation. Yeah. And if you're a coach, right? I mean, not coach, an owner, right? You want a guy that one has a lot of talent, which you're going to give him the highest defensive coordinator position because he's really good at defense. And two, you want a guy that you can go out and you can trust and believe in. And I think that Salah overall wasn't a bad coach, but he was in a fucking untenable situation. Oh, is that a Rage Against the Machine reference? Fucking
no,
love
it's
that
not.
shit.
It's a Texans reference, but duh.
Bulls on Parade was a Rage Against the Machine song.
Don't know how, but it's a Texans reference in this scenario.
Yeah. But
Matt's a Texans fan.
Yep. But
don't know hype.
You also have an owner who's Islamic Arab, and then you get Salah, who's also the same thing. I like the way that kind of also parallels. That'd be something that we've never seen before in NFL history. And let's face it, Salah is one of the better coaches on this market right now, and he wanted Darnold, from what I was understanding, or Darnold wanted him. Like, if they would have stuck with Darnold maybe one more year and started rolling with that instead of going to Zach Wilson, trading back, adding players, like, there's a lot of missteps that happened from the GM perspective as well and the team building perspective that it's hard for me to sit there and say that Salah is not worthy of being an NFL head coach when he dealt with all the chaos that Woody Johnson gave him. Plus, you already have the 49ers willing to make him the highest paid defensive coordinator because clearly he's an elite mind at football. So I think that to be a very interesting, especially in a low pressure situation like Jacksonville, where he can get like maybe 2 years to try and really get some things going on, figure it out. Maybe you can get something out of Trevor Lawrence. Maybe you can bring a defensive intensity and a mindset to this team. I don't know. I think that's a very interesting fit, particularly with a team with low expectations, where you can go out there and build something.
Okay. I do like Salah to Jacksonville a little bit, but not as much as I do with them getting Cohen. It's not good enough, Robbie. Not good enough. Hey,
so
anything
there's
can
one
happen.
more thing that I want to bring up that is kind of funky. Brady also supposedly made a comment, and there's been links. Robbie brought it up that he could see him going there, and I agree, about Ben Johnson being the head coach of the Vegas Raiders at some point.
I've seen that too.
So the problem that I have with that is he brought that up, but he is also announcing the game of the Commanders against the
Detroit.
Lions.
Yeah.
They're saying that how can that happen if you're supposed to be neutral? He is going to end up being, he's going to talk about Ben Johnson like Collinsworth says, here's the guy, and like freaking Troy Aikman talked about the down on Sam Darnold on Monday night.
That is definitely something that I am gonna be tuned into while broadcasting that game. I mean, obviously I'll mostly be paying attention to the game, but that is something that I am gonna be keeping
I think
my eye out for.
I think you have to.
Exactly. It's interesting to say the least. Again, I just want to kind of reiterate before we get ready to get out of here. By the way, also shout out to Washington versus Detroit being the highest selling ticket of the weekend. Like, that's fucking insane. That's insane.
But also think about this. You want to know one of the reasons that your game is the highest selling ticket? That has nothing to do with you.
It's the narratives.
No, but yes, that's part of it. But that's part of it. But you know the other reason? You brought it up. Buffalo, snow game. Philly, snow game. Kansas City, cold, dome.
Yeah. I'll add that in there as well. I forgot what I was about to bring up. So I did go ahead and double check. The game will be streaming on NFL Plus, and that'll be the feed that will be on. Shout out Taco. But of course, you can catch that game as well on Fox for that feed as well. Other than that, any closing takes, closing arguments?
No. Watch football. Have fun.
Yeah, football weekend. Big football weekend. And it all starts tomorrow.
I think we're heading into the final 3 weekends of football. Everybody got to realize that. Get your bets in now, because betting in these other sports ain't the same like betting in football. So if you've been on the sideline for a little bit, take a look at doing a couple of parlays this weekend. Have a little bit of fun. Get yourself in the rhythm. So when Super Bowl happens, you're clicking. And that's what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a couple bets in this weekend.
Oh, really quick, let's run through UFC 311. I forgot about that. Yeah, I not necessarily forgot.
I definitely.
I'm gonna rattle off from pretty much match 5 on. Yeah. From Kevin Holland on. All right, so I do have Rainier defeating Kevin Holland. Rainier's has just been on a tear. Kevin Holland he's looked like Kevin Holland his last couple of fights.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'm going to take Almeida over Spivak. Jerry got to go with the Black Magic over Jamel Hill. I got to take Umar Nurmagomedov. I mean, anyone from that Eagle camp, I'm always rocking with. Marab holding that belt, but I could see Marab getting ready to lose that. And then obviously I am taking Islam at the top of the night, just because like the dude just throws fucking haymakers. What's up, Hoove? What's good?
Hoove!
Mike, run through your UFC picks real quick.
I'm going. Oh Jesus! How in the hell do you have a How is freaking Kevin Holland minus 3.5? That makes no sense. Okay. I'm going Rainier. I agree with you on most of this. I am taking Marab in this one over Umar.
Nurmagomedov.
I'm taking Islam, but I don't think that's really bettable. I mean, he's minus
1,200. Yeah, it's not bettable. I have minus 15. Yeah.
I'm taking Marab at plus 205, even though he is the underdog on that one. I do like Yuri at plus 105. I just don't. I love the top knot over Jamal Hill. I just don't trust Jamal Hill. Almeida, yes, he's minus 485, but to me, you still got to take it. And then Denier, Holland might put up a fight. The other one that I want to bring up for the hardcores on the prelims, it is the main prelim. I'm not saying to bet this because the spread is absolutely horrible, but pay attention to Peyton Talbot. I think he is one of the next up-and-comers, and if he wins this, his next fight will be on a pay-per-view main card.
All right, and then Taco, get us out of here.
So I look at that Jamal Hill Yuri Prohaska fight as like that should be fuego. But there's something about Jamal Hill, man. Like I like Jamal Hill, and I'm really actually excited for that. That might be the best fight of the three of them. Just because they're both warriors, they're gonna go out there and slug this bad boy out. But I'm taking Hill in that one. I think Marab, like we all said, is gonna take work. I played around with the idea of like a $5 Moicano bet wins you like $42 just for shits and giggles. But I just can't see that boy Islam losing, man. That's the fucking Khabib prodigy. So even if you did an Islam, Marab, and Hill bet, that's 5 wins you 30 versus throwing 5 on Moicano and you get lucky. You fucking, you know what I mean? Like if you just want to have a little fun, you fucking do that. Otherwise, I think the bigger question, and I'd like to throw it back to you guys. How long do you think the fight goes? And do you think that he gets him by submission? Because I think that would be how he probably does it is by submission if
Islam?
he ends the fight early. Yeah.
I think Islam probably just baptizes him real fucking early, to be honest.
I think it's Islam in 2.
Yeah.
Right now, the over-under is 2.5, and that's usually how I do work in these kind of bets, is I will take that over-under type of overplay.
Okay, Lise, I understand that it's a one-day notice, but we cannot forget that he was on the card to fight Dariush, so he is in a fight camp. So I do give him the benefit of the doubt on that.
So we're taking the under.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. Yeah, I think the
reason is
Makhachev baptizes him early.
I just think it's the fact that he was fighting. Yes, he has a full camp, but him training for a completely different fighter is what's going to end up putting him in there. I just think that the puncher's chance with Moicano is because he is coming in with a full fight camp.
Oh yeah. Alrighty. Has been Rumboyz After Dark. That has been our show. I'm hungry. I'm about to make myself some food.
I'm starving.
Yeah, I got home-made egg rolls that I'm about to fry up. If you guys saw what I did on Instagram Live last night.
Oh, yeah, I did. Trust me.
Yeah, you did. You did. I was drunk as shit.
You don't remember me talking to you during it?
Barely.
I literally called your brother Swole Boy. I called your mom
I remember
Mama.
That. Yeah. Big sports weekend, entertaining. Thank you, everyone that pulled up. Hoove, I saw you in the comments. Feel free to go back, catch all of our football predictions. We threw on final scores on those predictions, which we usually don't do. So definitely go through, check those out. Probably a 0% body fat in that video. Yeah, bro. I've been putting on weight and working out a lot since I've been here. Other than that, cheers to me. Cheers to you.
Fuck the Dodgers.
Girls, what to do? Fuck you. Fuck the Yankees.
Fuck the Yankees.
Fuck the Dodgers.
And yeah, we out of here.
You're just jealous.